Thank you. As Laura said, she's asked Laura, Lucy and myself just to say a few words today, which is a real honour for us and a great opportunity to say how wonderful she is and how much we love her. And while it's also a great opportunity for lots of hilarious tales of Laura's love of leg warmers and other slightly questionable fashion statements over the years, I've chosen to share a few hours I spent with Laura that really encapsulate some of the things that I love about her. Those few hours were the first I ever spent with her in Hong Kong. My sister and I arrived weary and jet-lagged and looking forward to no more than a quick bite to eat, maybe a drink and then bed. And along came Laura, who suggested a stroll. Oh, a quick half-an-hour leg stretch, well off the jet lag, that sounded great. So a quick leg stretch before we headed to the bar. A nice idea, I thought. 3 hours later, we finally made it to the bar. But in those 3 hours, Laura not only showed us far more of the city than we ever would have seen without her, she also showed just some of the qualities that I really love about her. Firstly, her enthusiasm, her excitement and her curiosity about the places that she has visited or lived, whether that's Crouch End or Wan Chai. Her enthusiasm when you're with her there is really infectious. Secondly, was her journalistic prowess. The visit to Hong Kong happened to coincide with incredible student protests, and our walk led us straight into the heart of the student camps. I got to see Laura in full journalistic mode, chatting with the students. Her warmth, her charm, really put the students at their ease, and they opened up, and they shared their hopes for the protest. It was amazing to witness. And it was definitely a far cry from a few years previously, where Laura was writing stories about murderers chopping up their victims and feeding them to pigs. And that was when she wasn't having to help Nigella Lawson's PA squeeze the chef into an impossibly tight corset. Not a job for the faint-hearted, I can tell you. And lastly, of course, her general love of life. As I said, we did finally get to the bar, and a very swanky one at that. And that's what really makes Laura special. She appreciates that all good experiences in life must include a cocktail. Laura, I love you loads, and I'm so glad you found someone so special in bar to share your life with.
Thanks, Kat. Well, as Kat showed, and many of us know, Laura is indeed something very special. She needs a team of 3 just to do her justice. So let me take you back a bit further. As we shuffle self-consciously down the corridors of City of London School for Girls on our first own close day, I sported a dash cardigan with an ice cream motif on it, and I held a prized combination lock briefcase. I really was a geek. And then Laura arrived. She was attired in a neon blue leopard skin skirt with a Shirley out of Pepsi and Shirley haircut. And the room parted as the pupils made way for her. Yeah, Laura's always been the cool, beautiful one, right on time and right on trend. The lady was girl power before spice, Kate Moss before the coke, Boko before together, and Che Guevara's chic before he even knew he was going to be chic. And that's just the way of dressing. She is brain-teasingly bright. As everyone ate copious crisps and made revision charts using highlighters, Laura just got on with it. It was particularly grating when she learned ancient Greek in a month. She really did. It was a really annoying one. And then got a first from Cambridge while organising a Wizard of Oz rave. And this brilliance, both in the bar and the boardroom, has continued throughout a stellar career, now as head of the Hong Kong and Typo Bureau at AFP. She hasn't always felt the need to be quite so highbrow. At school, she prided herself on being the world's expert on Michael Jackson. And Kat's right, early on in her journalistic career, I also recall a profound article on a 4-foot Australian gigolo, and an insightful piece on the premiere of Mamma Mia, from which I carried her out on my back after she had danced 4 hours straight with Julie Walters. It was very long suffering. But as her friends, we've delighted in watching a provocative and yet loyal teen evolve into a wonderfully sociable being who loves people, and people love her. And she has always stood up for the underdog. I should know, I was that dog. So were the orphans in Romania that she helped after uni, and the victims of the tsunami with the benefits she organised at the Royal College of Physicians. She can be tough if she has to be. I'm thinking of her incredible running now. When she completed that first marathon, I knew exactly what she beat. And to this day, that lady runs head-on at any problem. But there is one rare and very satisfying flaw in perfection. Laura is very clumsy. Thank goodness she's not my size, or she'd really have done some damage. I think it took 6 attempts for her to pass her driving test, and one of them was going straight through some man's prized ornamental garden. It's true, right? Still, just one small thought is perfect. Not bad going for a pale, pouting scholarship girl. Because you see, I remember the start. 2 skinny figures with long blonde hair nodding to each other reluctantly while sitting on plush chairs in Harrods. We had just passed the 11 plus and we were waiting together to get our uniform. I remember the nerves. If only I could have leant over to you, Laura, and said, don't worry, in 30 years' time we'll be having amazing adventures together, you superb success, and we will have made it through to the best day ever. You will have met your mirror, your foil, your perfect match, your love, and we will embarrass you by doing really gushy speeches. But all your favourite people will be here, and we'll party through the night doing outrageous Michael Jackson dancing. I'll do that. It's not finished yet. Goes on and on. So, I look at you two sitting here now. I imagine the adventures you're going to have for the next 30 years. This is your time. We need 2 principled, imaginative, bright, open-minded, kind, sharp, strong people who know how to communicate and to question, where to get the answers, and most of all, how to love. And as Pablo Neruda captured, to feel the love of people whom we love is the fire that feeds our life. Indeed, I know you will both light the firmament with your joy. And so now I'm going to hand over to Luce, who is the top best woman, and then to the best man to disprove that Bard is probably quite as good as I say he is.
So between the 3 of us, we've been privileged to go through some of life's highs and lows with Law and grow up with her, and we consider her family. And in all of the time of being friends, I've never ever doubted my friendship with you, little Law. And now here we are, it's Laz's wedding day.
So thank you, Ben. You've already been thanked, but well done for getting her down those stairs in one piece. I know she was nervous about it, and your presence was really a real support to her. I think we can all agree Law looks just amazing today in her dress. And I was so excited, I went with Laura and her mother Jackie to the dress fitting, and I had no idea what kind of dress Laura was going to choose. I was pretty sure it wasn't going to be a puffball. And when Laura walked out, that first time, there were 2 things I noticed. So one was that it was at least 1.5 meters too long, so I'm glad that's been fixed. Yeah. And the second thing was that the happiness just beamed out of her on that day, even though it was the fitting. I've lost my place. So, the dress is very flattering and feminine, and most of all, what's the genius about it is that it's so easy to wear, and that means that Laura can really relax. You can now, anyway, now that you're married, and be yourself. And that's really what we all want for Laura as well in her relationship. Is that, it's always on the fold, man, we want something similar as that dress. Something that doesn't restrict her, but which allows her to flourish and shine, and maybe even adds a little something like that dress does today. But I think we all know it's not just that dress giving Laura the glow. Bard, he's knocking it back, but Bard. As As Laura's closest friends, we can sense the ease and relaxed confidence in her relationship with you. She hasn't changed in order to be with you, and being with you hasn't changed her, and she's not actually that kind of girl anyway, but I think you also know what lucky guy you are to have Laura as your wife now, and that's why you didn't hang around for the proposal, and I admire you for that. Laura, we wish you all the love and happiness in the world. We trust your judgment and your eyesight, and we think you've made a good choice. So, in a moment, I'm going to ask everybody to be upstanding on behalf of Laura's virtual family, and also on behalf of Ben and her mother Jackie and Auntie Denny, who isn't here but who is here with you in spirit, Laura. I want everybody to charge your glasses, be upstanding, and join me in a toast from the heart to the wonderful bride, Laura.